Greetings, human life forms. I'm the Meister. Welcome back to yet another prediction video. Today we will be doing the Los Angeles Chargers. Real quick before we get into it, I've made a prediction video for every single team besides from the AFC West and AFC North teams. So I have a playlist of all the other ones I've done in the past. It should be, you should see the playlist at the end of this video to check out other prediction videos. I do have a Twitter as well that I talk a lot of Bias Bill stuff on, so if you want to follow me over there, you can in the description below. I also have a Twitch that I tend to stream on from time to time. Link is also in the description below. Site I'm using, NFL Playoff Predictors. If you don't know about it, I'll leave a link in the description below so you can make your predictions nice and easy and simple. So going into these predictions, the Chargers, they can have a really good season this year. Justin Herbert coming off the season with the Offensive Rookie of the Year award. Currently, are the best quarterback of the 2020 draft class. He has his receivers there, Mike Williams, and of course you got Keenan Allen. Running back position, you have the receiving back, Austin Ekeler there, in the backfield with Justin Herbert. And then you also picked up Jared Cook, tight end. They picked him up from the Saints in the offseason. I think it could be a really good pickup because of that loss of Hunter Henry to the New England Patriots. Jared Cook could be a big pickup there for the Chargers. Defensively, could definitely get better this year. They picked up Brandon Staley as their new head coach. He was the defensive coordinator of the Los Angeles Rams a year ago, and the Rams were statistically the best defense in the entire league last year. So Brandon Staley, he knows what he's doing on defense, and he should be able to help this Chargers defense get that much better. So going into the season, week 1 at Washington to take on the football team. Washington is another team that could be really sneaky this year. They have Ryan Fitzpatrick at quarterback, which everyone is just throwing him under a rug and putting the rug on top of it and cleaning the rug and then throwing it in a corner. And yeah, that's a bad one. But people are underrating Ryan Fitzpatrick a lot. He played solid for the Dolphins. Just because the Dolphins benched him doesn't mean he's bad. It was just because they wanted to get Tua in there to get some playing time. But nevertheless, he is a good quarterback, and he will play good for them this year. They also have Antonio Gibson in that backfield to help Ryan Fitzpatrick and all the running issues that he's had when he's gone on to teams besides the Bills. Also looking at the receiving position, Terry McLaurin and Curtis Samuel, a really good wide receiver duo there. You also go over to the defense, one of the best defenses in the league with Chase Young leading the way. So it should be a really scary defense for Washington as well. So week 1, I'm going to give this to Washington. I think they're kind of the better team there. Week 2, hosting the Dallas Cowboys. Cowboys can have one of the best offenses in the entire league. They have quarterback Dak Prescott slinging that ball to guys like Amari Cooper, and you got Michael Gallup there as well. And then, of course, can't forget about CeeDee Lamb. Running back position, you have Ezekiel Elliott and Tony Pollard, a great running back duo there. And defensively, that's where it gets a bit concerning. Defense is definitely a problem this year. It's just big old problem there. But I'm gonna go Cowboys here nonetheless. I think the Cowboys offense will be a little too much for that Chargers defense to handle, and I think the Cowboys will pick up the win there week 2. Week 3 at Kansas City to take on the Chiefs. Chiefs have one of the best offenses in the entire league. Of course, they have arguably the best quarterback in the entire league, Patrick Mahomes, slinging the ball to guys like Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce, because, none of the other receivers even matter anymore, apparently. But, really solid receiving core there. Running back position, you have Clyde Edwards-Helaire, so the Chiefs want to see if he can step up this year. Defensively, not one of the best defenses in the league, but it is a very underrated defense. You have Frank Clark, which he's having some issues, legal issues, so we'll see if he even gets to play this year. Chris Jones there in the defensive line, he is a monster. You also have Tyrann Mathieu at safety, and you got Chris Harris, I want to say his name is. They picked him up from Minnesota, pairing him up with Breeland, so you'll see how that cornerback duo works out. But I'm going to go Kansas City. I think that's kind of an easy pick there. Week 4, hosting the Las Vegas Raiders. Raiders, yeah, I don't know what happened to them this year. I'm going to get this out of the way. Their defense is absolutely terrible. Just want to get that out of the way. Moving on. Offensively, I would say they could have been really good this year, but after what they did to their offensive line, that's now an issue. If Derek Carr, he's a solid QB, but he ain't going to be good with that offensive line. Josh Jacobs, he won't be able to be as well with that offensive line. You also have Darren Waller and John Brown, your two receivers there. Darren Waller, of course, being a tight end. So we'll see if Derek Carr has time to throw the football this year, but I'm going to go Chargers here, week 4. Chargers picking up their first win of this season. Going into week 5, hosting the Cleveland Browns. The Browns can have one of the best offenses in the league this year. That's right, I said it. Baker Mayfield, the Browns are looking to see if he can step up this year. Baker Mayfield has weapons all around him, like Jarvis Landry and Odell Beckham Jr. there. So he has weapons, even as Njoku there, also at tight end. You look at the running back position as well. You got Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb, one of the best running back duos in the entire league. So you can see why I really like this offense. And then when you go to the defense, of course, you have Myles Garrett still there, now pairing him up with Jadeveon Clowney, which could make him even better. Well, Jadeveon Clowney, they'll probably still be doubling Myles Garrett, but they also picked up John Johnson from the Rams. I think he could be a huge help there defensively. And then you also have Denzel Ward, of course, at cornerback. So a lot of guys over there in that team. Oof. I'm going to go Browns here, week 5. Yeah, again, it's another problem with that Chargers defense for me. Week 6 at Baltimore to take on the Ravens. Ravens have a really solid defense. They always do because John Harbaugh is just really good at making defenses. Offensively, of course, you have the running back, Lamar Jackson, with J.K. Dobbins in that backfield, seeing if he can step up this year. And then one of their big additions on offense is Sammy Watkins from the Kansas City Chiefs. So we'll see how much better that passing attack can get this year. But I'm going to go Ravens there, week 6. Going into the bye week for the Chargers, 1-5. Pretty miserable start, but it'll get better. It'll get better. Just wait and see. Week 8, hosting the New England Patriots. Patriots, offensively is an issue. They don't have much of a running game, like they don't have any big-name running backs. You have Cam Newton throwing the football. Possibly, it might be Mac Jones. Who the heck knows? They have Hunter Henry and Jonnu Smith at tight end. Probably one of the best tight end duos in the entire league. And then, yeah, Nelson Aguilar, wide receiver, along with Byard. So, yeah, we'll see for that offense. We'll see. It just depends how the quarterback situation plays out. Defensively, I think can be one of the better defenses, one of the best defenses in the league. They picked up Kyle Van Noy. They got him back from the Dolphins. They did lose Jason McCourty, though, to the Dolphins, so that could be an issue. But they did pick up Matthew Judon from the Baltimore Ravens, and they still have Stephon Gilmore and J.C. Jackson. But I'm gonna go Chargers here on the upset. I think Justin Herbert will get revenge for the 45-0 shutout from a year ago. I think he gets his revenge week 8. Week 9 at Philadelphia to take on the Eagles. I'm going to go Chargers here. I don't think there's much explaining needed for that game. Going into Week 10, hosting the Minnesota Vikings. Vikings defense can get a lot better this season. They had a lot of injuries in that defense last year, so I think it can get a lot better this season. You look at offensively, could be one of the better offenses in the league. Dalvin Cook at running back, one of the best running backs in the league. And then you have Kirk Cousins slinging the ball to guys like Justin Jefferson and Adam Thielen. So that could be a really scary offense this year. So I'm going to go Vikings there, Week 10. Week 11, hosting the Pittsburgh Steelers. They have a solid defense. They did lose a couple guys in free agency because they don't have enough money to pay anyone these days. But offensively, you have Ben Roethlisberger behind that, what should be a terrible offensive line. So Najee Harris probably will struggle this season. Still Ben Roethlisberger, obviously, but then you also have wide receiver guys like Deontay Johnson and Juju Smith-Schuster. So, yeah, with that offensive line issue, I'm going to give this game to the Chargers here, Week 11. A big win for the Chargers there. Week 12 at Denver to take on the Broncos. Broncos coming off their bye week. Defensively for the Broncos, I think can be one of the best in the league. One of their defensive players said if they can stay healthy, they can be one of the best in the league. And that isn't bias, that's facts. I think they can be that good this year, especially with the addition of Kyle Fuller to that defense. It's really going to make it much better. And, of course, Von Miller will be coming back, so that'll be a big help there on that defense as well. Offensively, you might have a slight issue with that quarterback position. You either have Drew Lock or you have Teddy Bridgewater. So you see the problem there. Melvin Gordon at running back, we'll see if he can get back to his old form. That's all he's been talking about, is getting back to his old form. But wide receiver, you have Jerry Jeudy, one of the youngest star wide receivers. And then you also have Courtland Sutton there as well. And then tight end, you have Noah Fant. But I think the defense will get the best of the Chargers this game. I think the Broncos will win that game. Week 13 at Cincinnati to take on the Bengals. Bengals could have a sneaky offense this year. Just depends on how good that offensive line can be. We'll see. But running back, you have Joe Mixon. He's expected to get a lot of carries this season. And then you have Joe Burrow throwing the ball to guys like T. Higgins. And then you got Tyler Boyd. So we'll see. Defensively is not one of the best defenses in the league. It really isn't. So with that defense issue, I'm going to go Chargers there, Week 13. Week 14, hosting the New York Giants. Chargers trying to get back into that 500, but I think I'm going to go with... Could be a slight upset. Who knows? I'm going to go Giants there, Week 14. I think the Giants do have a better defense than the Chargers, and offensively, I think they're kind of similar teams. You have Saquon Barkley there at running back, which obviously he's better than Austin Eckler. Then Daniel Jones and Justin Herbert. We'll see if Daniel Jones can finally take that next step with guys like Sterling Shepard. And now Kenny Golladay on that team. So I think the Giants will get the best of the Chargers there, Week 14. Week 15, hosting the Kansas City Chiefs. Thursday Night Football, I'm going to give this to the Chiefs, sadly. Very sadly. Week 16, at Houston to take on the Texans. I'm going to give this to the Chargers there. Their Texans are just bad. Texans are a bad team. Week 17, hosting the Denver Broncos. I think this time around, the Chargers will be able to beat the Denver Broncos, get a win there. Week 18 to wrap up the season at Las Vegas to take on the Raiders. I think the Chargers will be able to sweep the Raiders this year and end the season with an 8-9 record. Doesn't look like playoffs will be happening for the Chargers, but if you want to see if they do, I'll make the rest of my AFC West prediction videos in the near future, hopefully before preseason starts. Should definitely be before preseason starts. Probably not training camp, though. But, yeah, I hope... Oh, jeez, ow. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, thumbs up would be appreciated. If you're looking forward to the next prediction video, I recommend subscribing and turning on the bell so you do not miss when I upload another prediction video. So with that, I don't have much else to say except Lifeforms out.